First full day here in Karachi, Pakistan, and one of my favorite things to explore anywhere I go is local traditional breakfast. Check this out. A massive pot of oil just frying up this bread. And they're throwing it in there like little frisbees. For breakfast, we're starting out at a place called Dum Tum, and this is a very traditional dish that I admire for a long time, mainly because of the flying bread. I mean, you see all these people like throw the bread into this massive wok of hot oil, like little frisbees, and it comes out nice and puffy, crispy on the outside. It's so stretchy and chewy, and they serve it with different types of curry, and usually this will always go with this. Just a nice hit of spice. I don't care how groggy you are. If that doesn't wake you up, I don't think anything will. The chickpeas, when you bite into it, just turns into a perfect velvety mush with an absolute just divine blend of spices in here. The puri, so stretchy and chewy, with little bits that's a little crunchy and light and flaky. And the most important partner for the puri is this. This is the halwa, and this is type of a wheat dish. I first had this when I was in Egypt. The halwa is something that you have to try. The texture is a little grainy, almost like little bits of millet. Also, when you start chewing it, when it starts breaking down, it becomes so incredibly smooth. This thing, whether you put it on something or eat it on its own, always gonna be good. The texture, like I said, is so unique, and this version that they made is sweet and buttery, and it's a perfect relief from the heat of the curry. So, a little bite of curry, a little bite of halwa. It's like eating breakfast and dessert at the same time. The curries here are remarkable. And if you look at this one, little pieces of chili, fennel seed, cumin, coriander, little potatoes in here. If you smell this, it's like walking into a spice shop. And that's the case with like almost all the curries in this country, especially when the curry is so soft and it's paired with something so light and flaky as this. It's like a love affair that will never end. Make sure you save a little bit of halwa for the end. There's nothing like walking away, the taste of this in your mouth. A little tea, oh wow. It just came, and look at, there's so much milk in here. It's pouring me a little film on top of the tea already. This breakfast is just splendid. Spicy, frequent curry, flaky, slightly crispy, beautifully fried bread, creamy sweet tea, and this textural god of a dish. If this doesn't start your day right, I really don't know what will. Look at this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. I don't know if locals do that, but they should. Just the puri and the milk tea, already awesome. Unbelievable breakfast. So seemingly simple, so absolutely mind-blowing. Being able to go to a different country and go deep into a neighborhood, as we're doing right now, and be able to just walk around the streets, explore the different little eateries in all these variety of neighborhoods, this is what makes traveling just flipping amazing. And now, special biryani. Hosia. This is the name of the restaurant, Hosia.
Hosia.
Oh, thank you. He's the owner. Yes. Oh, I can't wait. It smells so good. I mean, this is about as fresh as you can get. So that's what makes this biryani so special. bone marrow in the biryani. They took a new concept and applied it to this traditional recipe, bone marrow in biryani. And this became already, after 1 year, one of the most popular biryani places in Karachi. I can't wait to eat it. Can I get some? Yeah, okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, I saw the big pieces of marrow, right? I thought they were just gonna be blended into the biryani itself. I didn't know I was gonna actually have the pleasure of eating the marrow as is and just scraping that luscious inside out with my spoon. This is the most glorious experience you can have with a bone marrow. I mean, this is like pure intimacy. And I get to do it. I say this a lot when I'm traveling. Oftentimes, you know, it is the case everywhere, but Pakistan, there's something really uniquely special about this culture, about the people here. The degree of welcomeness you feel from the people who are cooking your food or just walking around. It's almost like you could just be like, hey, can I come over and have dinner with you? And the answer will be a profounding yes. So nice, so welcoming. It's, you know, the people here who made this for me, just the sweetest people. And also, this is a good 2 pounds of biryani. Well, with the bones too, but oh my God. I've seen many biryanis in my day, but I don't think I've ever been so excited. Look, ever had a biryani where this giant bone full of marrow, look at this, staring up at you. And it's not even one of those situations where the bone's cut in half, you know? It's basically the marrow's just like, come and get me. Come and scrape me with your spoon and eat me. And yeah, I'm gonna do all that stuff to it. And look at this, different layers of biryani. You got the top layer, you got the middle where the rice changes color, chunks of meat hidden inside the rice as well. That and always tenderness is what I love about this dish, because the meat is cooked with the rice, all that great flavor and that juice, it's just released and touching every single grain. Eating this dish is like excavating for meaty treasures below like a golden mountain of rice. I love it when you taste a bite of the dish and it's not even like the best bite, but even that, your mind is just like in a haze, like it's gone haywire, because this thing, just the rice itself, I don't think there's anything more fragrant you can find on this planet. The spices just bombards your senses until you're just like, you're sitting here feeling silly. You're like, where am I? Take one bite, you're like, where am I? So many different aromas as you're chewing the grains of rice. It just gets released from the cumin to the curry to the fennel. And that's what it's like so great about food in this country, is there such expert use of spices. Like, you'll start tasting flavors, different flavors, on like the third bite, the fourth bite, the fifth bite, the 10th bite. You keep chewing, different tastes and flavors keep appearing. Bravo to the texture of this rice. I love rice that you can taste every single grain, and here you definitely can. And this is also one of those dishes where it's a slow spice burn. You put it into your mouth, it doesn't burn right away. You just taste that buttery rice with all the different aromas just pummeling your senses. And then you start feeling that slow trickle of a burn on your tongue. And it's not a heavy burn. It's not heavy at all. It's like a food lover, in this case, the biryani, biting your lips ever so gently. Now, oh man, I'm gonna try it with a piece of the meat. That will bring a tear to your eye. That tastes like pure, unadulterated happiness. Like, people say you can't bottle happiness. I think that's true, but you can surely cook it in a biryani. And this is a testament to that. That piece of beef was as gentle as a mother's kiss, completely melting in with the rice. That, with the insane spices and aroma, it's like going on a magical carpet ride of flavor where this thing will take you to a whole new world. The meat itself, all that spices have completely penetrated the meat. You don't get a single hint of gaminess at all. It's just such clean, massive beef flavor. We haven't even got to the best part of this thing yet. You know, like when Aladdin's going into the Cave of Wonders and he's already seeing all these beautiful jewels and gems and diamonds and gold all around him. But the treasure is the lamp. And in this case, this is the genie. I don't even know how to attempt this because my spoon won't even fit into the bone marrow. All right, we'll do what we can first. Oh my God. Oh, that glorious, glorious juice from the marrow. It's just flowing out. Oh my, those of you who love marrow, and if you do, you're my friend. It's so incredible. It's one of the greatest foods on this planet. One of the most buttery, melty foods you can ever find. It's like a never-ending flow of marrow. And then you just shake it out. All right, check this out. I got an idea. I think I got everything. I think we're good. Look at that. Spreading bone marrow on anything, whether it's bread, whether it's noodles, whether it's rice, for me, it's the equivalent of spreading love. That was a miraculous bite of food. This is something that you encounter not many times in your life. And I may never encounter this again because I don't know when I'll ever be back at this place eating this bone marrow biryani. But I'm putting this on top of the food bucket list for you guys. This is one of the most incredible biryanis I've ever had in my life. If you love this dish, you gotta try this out. I'm gonna do my best to describe this to you guys. The rice is already buttery. The meat is already tender. And so you got the great oils and the fat from the meat already cooked into this rice. And then when you think that that is already the pinnacle of this flavor, just add this dose of just melty marrow all over it. It's like whipped cream on top of an already delicious ice cream sundae. You wouldn't think that you need this in your life, but after you take a bite of this, you know that no biryani will ever be the same without this marrow on top of it. It will not. When you take a bite of that, the only thing you can do is just close your eyes and enjoy the ride. A must get if you're ever in Karachi. Come here and try this. I don't even know what else to say about it. Speechless. And one of the greatest dishes I found around the world. This is it. No wonder there's a line out the door every single day for this. If I lived here, this will have to be a daily trip for me. Freshly off the bone, little rice. I find the love affair going ridiculously deep between me and this dish. And I hope you can see why now. I'm so like happy and sad at the same time. Like after this time, after we meet, so I'm leaving Karachi tomorrow. I don't even know when I'll see you again. To be this close to this and have this kind of intimate relationship again with this dish, I don't even know when that's gonna happen. But only thing to do in life, in food, and in relationships, treasure the moment. Wow, Mr. Saket, the owner, brought me this. Check this out. This is a rice dessert. I've never seen something like this before. This is a popular dessert. This is the glab jam. This is like these little balls of syrup. And this dish is called rabri zalta. And it's full of like pudding, milk pudding, and then sweet rice on the bottom. Look at this. I've never seen sweet rice like this before. And it has so many little things in there. Like I see little pumpkin seeds, and there's rice grains that are different colors. It's a very pretty dessert. This is so freaking delicious, but it is gonna fill you up. I don't know if you can put this in your stomach after a whole massive plate of biryani, but if you can, I suggest you do it. Wow, it's just different types of texture, and it's so interesting with the rice. These, of course, I love. Very sweet. Those soaked with syrup. These things are really interesting. It's just like little sugary candies, but they're super juicy inside too. And this thing, this is my favorite. This is like some kind of milk curd. And the texture is like this cross between cheese and a pudding. And all that on top of a bit of rice. It's got such a wonderful sweet flavor. I mean, this will sit in your stomach for a while, but if you have space after the biryani, give this a try. We're in this area called Al Asif, and there's a bunch of little shops and butchers. It sells everything from electronics to clothes. It's very crowded, little alleyways. It's just like the street market. And what they're known for is a dish called lamb boti, and it's a really popular Afghanistan dish. So we're gonna go get that right now. We're going deep, guys. Like real deep. I feel like I should be swimming. And this is the place that, right here, oh my gosh, the smell of this, unbelievable. Check out the skewers, look at this. Between two pieces of lean meat, there's a nice chunk of fat. That's really important. You need the juice of the fat to just cover all the other meats and just makes it even more delicious. As you can see the garlic and the spices inside the little chunks of meat as well. I cannot wait to put this in my mouth. And this is what I love about it. There's no gas, it's just all old-fashioned charcoal, and that adds so much flavor to any barbecue. So we're going to be eating a ton of Afghanistan food right now. Afghani boti, right?
Afghani roti, Afghani pulao.
Pulao. Oh, it's pulao.
Yes, pulao.
Oh, interesting. Wow, I haven't seen pulao since Uzbekistan. And then check this out. Afghani naan. It's a big set. They can make this into any size. Sometimes it can be as big as me. We're gonna sit here. Oh, this is so cool. This is so traditional and nice. Sit here, food goes here, and then we feast. So we have the Afghani naan, the pulav. This is a lamb shank and little beans on the side. The only ingredient here is salt. That's it, nothing else. And we got the boti, of course. We're waiting for that. That's my most anticipated food item here. This is a traditional Afghani feast sitting in front of me. And man, like right now, obviously it's kind of difficult to go to the country, but being able to try the food here, yeah, I'm so excited for this. This is the lamb skewers. You can't tell anymore, but that middle piece, that was the piece of fat. And you can still see just the juice oozing out of it from the slightest touch. If there is a barbecue heaven, I'm pretty sure this is what it would smell like. Just that smoky aroma from the charcoal, the fattiness from the lamb. These are some of the best lamb skewers you will ever put in your mouth, anywhere. Oh man. It's so incredibly juicy. And that great little char seals all the juices inside the meat. A little bit of garlic, cumin. It's not too much seasoning. It really doesn't need it. Just the fire and that great quality lamb. That is splendid on its own. A little piece of fat will be what Ross Geller calls the moist maker. You eat that with a lean piece of meat, that piece will bring the juice. The Afghani naan, huge, crispy on the outside. Take the skewer, wrap that up, eat this with a sip of laham. This is the soup. Oh, yeah. You dip this in. This is basically lamb soup, very lightly seasoned. That goes perfect with your naan. And when it gets a little too fatty, you chase it with little Afghani yogurt. Oh yeah. This and the skewers, And the naan, they belong together. We're gonna do that in just a bit. But oh man, I haven't seen this in so long, since Uzbekistan. And if you don't know what pav is, it's basically a massive pot of fried rice with meats inside, with nuts and dried fruits. You gotta eat it with the raisins. It's basically Middle Eastern fried rice with a little bit of raisins and the meat cooked inside. Every single grain just like got a touch of that nice meaty fat. This is brown sugar, Pakistani sweet. I will need this whole thing after one bite of that. Oh my God. Yeah, this is very sugary. Make sure if you don't have liquid around you when you take a bite of this, not gonna be that pleasant. This is a lamb shank cooked with like, looks like minced meat and dal on the side. This is only cooked in the fat of the lamb and salt. That's it. You can taste the distinct texture of the dal. Oh wow, look at this. This is so tender. It's like you gotta be very gentle with this. You don't need to chew this. Look at this. Look how easily it falls apart. Eat it. A little bit of naan. Oh man. A little salt is all you need.
Yeah.
That flavor is just ridiculous. It's just like great barbecue or a great piece of steak. A little bit of salt, and you let the juiciness and the tenderness of the meat handle the rest. Lassi. Ooh, it's yogurt. Yes. No sugar in here, just yogurt, little cucumbers and herbs. You eat a piece of meat. When it gets a little greasy, a little fatty, take a sip of this. It almost acts like a little dressing for the meat because that yogurt flavor goes perfectly with the lamb. No, we're gonna start feasting. We got so much stuff here. We got some friends we're gonna eat with. This is so much fun. Like eating here with this gentleman like, who keeps stuffing candy in my face. So thanks for doing something my parents never did. Ain't nothing like an experience like this, really.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, after all that, it's either time for a nap or ice cream. Let's go ice cream first. This is a different version of the coffee ice cream I had yesterday. The one that was in that little clay jar. Again, it's milk ice cream and it's soaked in some sort of milky elixir with little bits of jellies floating around. I'm starting to actually really like this. Yesterday I thought it was like, it tasted like cheese. It's not cheese, it's just milk. I think it's just curd milk. It's heavy. And like I said, you can't like let it really melt in your mouth because it doesn't really go away. You have to kind of like, you have to chew it and break it down more. I like it more. Like I said, this little milky soup. I mean, it's way sweeter. I feel like this way with more liquid, it becomes slightly lighter and less intense than if you just ate the ice cream. I mean, this is definitely not a wake you up type of dessert. I mean, this will put you further into a coma. So I suggest right before bedtime, take down one of these. I mean, this country, I'm telling you, they're very dedicated to flavor because from the barbecue to the soups to the biryanis, everything I had today, it's just like a flavor-packed bomb in everything. Ice cream's the same. I mean, this thing is so dense and heavily flavored, and that's what just really makes this place unique. And also remember, gotta carry on the water, okay? Water is very necessary here, especially when you encounter this. I'm at the Food Fusion Studio. This is Assad. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
So we're gonna do a little eating. We're gonna do a little talking. This is your studio.
Yeah, this is our
Nice.
studio. And we don't have stuff to keep.
You have a lot of pans, I gotta say.
Yeah.
I had a version of this at McDonald's.
Yes.
Right? A bun kebab. Yeah,
Yes.
I remember having this. I'm sure yours is gonna be way better. Like, I'm not even disputing
So
that.
give it a try.
Okay.
Give it a try.
There's so many good flavors in this. It's really spicy too, which
Yeah.
I dig a lot.
If you didn't like spicy food, we would be very nervous.
No, like I love spicy food. I don't have any friends that doesn't love spicy food. Wow, this is amazing. Good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much,
Thank you
everybody.
so much
Really
for
a
having
pleasure
me.
coming here.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me. All right, for dinner, we're here at Delhi Colony. This is an area where a lot of people from Delhi have migrated to, and we're here for fish. It smells incredible. Let me show you. All right, check this out. This is what they call finger fish. These are like basically little fried fish sticks. The biggest difference you can tell right away between this and the regular fish sticks that you typically get anywhere else in the world is all the spices that's on the outside of this fish. Look at this. I see chilies and peppers, definitely cumin and coriander, some sesame seeds, perfectly fried, nice and crispy. And inside, look at that. Look at that white, flaky, juicy flesh. And if this wasn't enough flavor, you got chutney here, and you got masala to dip this in as well. Put a side of fries on this. This will be the best fish and chips you will ever eat. Right underneath the breading. You see how the spices completely just penetrated onto the flaky flesh of the fish. It's spicy, it's nummy, it smells so good. I mean, this is definitely a fish you know came from this country. And if this is not enough flavor, dip it into the chutney a little bit. That makes it even better. A little citrus, more spices. Dip the fish into the chutney. Out of this freaking world. The inside, ridiculously juicy and tender. And the outside, it's not a ridiculous crunch, it's crispy. But the main thing about this is that it's flavored so well. This is great as well. But I would say definitely go for the chutney. And you will be very, very happy with this. If you're like me, you always complain that fried fish is never really tasty. And usually that's 100% the case. If you've ever had fish and chips, like usually if you don't have tartar sauce, it's not edible. This, you don't need anything. And this thing will put a smile on your face. Something else I got. Fried whole red snapper. Outside, perfectly fried. Wow, look at this. Lightly breaded. This thing, you just rip it apart. Whew, and put it in your mouth. Oh, hot. Oh. The outside is not as many spices and chilies as the finger fish, but just a beautiful, subtle crunch. This thing, you want to dip it into the spices a little bit. What I love about the way this is made, not overly seasoned, but to give you the perfect blend of spices, what chutney to choose from. And look at this nice chunk of fish. And really, this is the best part. A little bit of crispy skin, nice tender flesh, dip it in a little bit of spices, dip it again in the chutney. Hard pressed to find a better fried snapper anywhere. Look at this. Nice chunk of fish meat. Little dip, little dip. Whether you're into something a little more tender, a little more flaky, or whether you're into something pretty crispy, you're gonna find it all on this one fish. It is simply magnificent. All this, both plates, under $5. If you love fish, if you're in Karachi, I'm gonna put this on my must-try list. This is just so good. Perfect last meal of the day. Has some amazing food, met some amazing people. This is what traveling is all about. All right, this was an awesome food-filled day. Delicious traditional breakfast, best biryani I ever had in my life. Some good teas, good conversation with friends, got to hang out with some other YouTubers. And unfortunately, as much as I hate to leave, actually wish I stay more days in Karachi, but it's my last day here. So I'm gonna spend a little personal time with my friends here, then hotel, and then heading off to Lahore tomorrow morning. But what an awesome couple of days to spend in this city. Just a big shout out to everybody I've met. Also, huge thanks to Findmyadventure for organizing this whole thing so I don't have to get lost and take me to all the best places. You guys rock. So if you guys want to plan a trip to Pakistan, definitely check them out. I'll put their information down below. And as always, all the places I went to listed down below for you as well. Thank you all so much for watching. Until we eat again. See you later.